What is going on YouTube? Perfect Castle here. This week, Mojang have added a bunch of new features, including one that has the whole community excited, including myself. But before we can get to that feature, we can first discuss that now when using a spawn egg or spawn commands, you can spawn the wool variant of that biome type in any sub-biome that they can naturally be found in. They also added a bunch of new items that you can only get through the vaults, such as the 2 new banner patterns, the 3 new Sherds, and also the 2 new armor trims. You can now finally find wind charges in the vault, and also there's a new item called the heavy core. It's also a block. And also they removed items like the saddle and the horse armor from the vaults just to prevent inventory clutter. Next, after that, they now added parity between the Breeze and his Blaze counterpart. Now the Breeze no longer drops wind charges, but they drop the Breeze rod. They can drop up to 2 naturally, but you can use looting to get, I think, up to 6 if my testing is correct. So you can get a lot more wind charges than you initially could. So you craft them into the wind charges. Okay, then next we have the banner patterns. We have the flow banner pattern, which looks like a Greek kind of swiggle, which you can probably make a bunch of new things with. That's something new to our arsenal we have. Then we have the Guster one, which kind of looks like a breeze on it. And you'll see that when we get to the shirts and I think one of the trims, they have similar naming schemes. So then we have the flow pottery shirt, which like normal you can just craft into any of the pot variants. It has the same pattern as that one, except it looks like it's upside down or just like a little bit elongated. Then you have the Guster pottery shirt, which kind of looks like the Guster banner pattern. And also again, like the previous one, you can just craft into any of the pot variants. And here we have the scraper shirt, which has a little axe on it. I'm assuming it's referencing all the copper in the trial chambers, which you can just scrape all the rust off. And here we have the Breeze rod, which is the new item that the Breeze drops. You can get 4 wind charges when crafting them at any crafting bench or in your inventory. And it's kind of weird because it has a bunch of functionality. Like most blocks and items Mojang add don't get a lot of functionality in the last few updates at launch. They normally get like post-update extra features. But yeah, so here we have the new heavy core, which is a item. It's uncraftable. You get them from the vault. You can also place them down. They are a block. They're also a little bit bigger than the conduit, but they're also a lot smaller than most other blocks. They have their own niche size, which I think is kind of cool. I like variety. You can probably do a bunch of things with them, pretend they're cameras or something. And here we have the feature everyone's been waiting for, the Mace. This is a new melee weapon which has 7 attack damage and it has 1.6 attack speed, which is kind of fast for like a melee weapon. Of this caliber. It's probably like a diamond sword, but this feature is unlike a sword because, you know, in Minecraft you always had crit damage. This item has the insane ability to stack crit damage to a point where if you land the hit perfectly, you don't take fall damage, and all that extra attack energy goes into the enemy. So, as you see there, we one-shot an Iron Golem. An Iron Golem has about 100 health, and I didn't even fly that high up. I've seen people one-shot the Warden, and I think the Warden has 600 health. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Ender Dragon has like 200 health. So you could probably end up like one-shotting the Ender Dragon too, unless Mojang nerfs it in that way. I'm hoping they don't nerf it because it's a really fun tool because it requires some skill to land your crits. So it's not too overpowered in that regard. And yeah. Next up, we have the new armor trims. We have the Flow armor trim, which is personally my favorite armor trim since the one they added to the Deep Dark. I like its Greeky swirls. I don't know why I keep saying Greeky, but I do like this texture. This is nice. I decided to like put a diamond trim on the netherite to make it kind of look like it flows. And this is how you duplicate them. You use 7 diamonds with a breeze rod and then the armor trim, and then you'll have 2. And then next up, we have the bolt trim, which is not my favorite. I don't dislike it. It looks like it has a bunch of screws in it and stuff, and it's a bunch of metal that clicks together. But you can use copper blocks or even wax copper blocks to duplicate this one. And yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next week's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, hope you guys all have a lovely day.